I think people need to understand when women are looking to marry again, if it's after divorce, if it's in polygyny, they need to understand that part of us being attractive was the children that we had, was the family
dynamic
we had.
Yeah, it's definitely
Still have.
a beautiful thing. Assalamu alaikum, peace. I'm Coach Nyla.
Assalamu alaikum, peace. I'm Coach Fatimah.
We're co-wives. If you guys don't know what that means we are married to the same husband.
Yes.
So yes, and we are co-founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships and co-authors of the book,
Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored.
So yeah,
this video, we like to always go for the pressing topics, so we're not afraid to go there. So in this video, we're going to talk about a question that was asked to me in one of my videos up under there, and I felt as though doing it justice would have us both having something to say about it. And that question is my co-wife worthy of helping raise my children? Is she a worthy co-parent? Now that speaks to the video that I filmed that was saying, is she worthy enough to marry my husband? So somebody put under the comments, like, really great question. That's a good question. And we love really good questions. So yeah, is my co-wife worthy, and what does that mean, of co-parenting my child, or being alone with my child, because that's your husband not gonna be there all the time. She might be your child, male or female, might be with your co-wife, and what does that look like for us, and what has kind of been our journey with co-wife co-parenting?
Yeah, because with our dynamic, we both have bonus children, so and that means that Coach Fatimah had children. She had children before polygyny, before I came in, or whatever, before polygyny entered into our lives, I guess you want to say. And I had children before polygyny entered into our lives. So it goes kind of both ways. And the thing is that one of the things, a lot of it has to do with trust. I know, from my standpoint, a lot of it was trusting that the person who I was marrying actually married a person who was kind, who was caring, who was a great mother. She already had 6 children already, and a great mother. So I wouldn't see it being any other way. And sometimes people tease me about that. He was like, "Oh, you're so naive, Coach Nyla, because you didn't think about this and you didn't think about that." We had a commenter that said that because people always want to talk about what you didn't think about.
They don't know what you thought about.
And I'm like, but my thing is, I knew her already. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We knew each other already. So I knew that she was a good mother. And my thing is, with me, I guess that's kind of.
I knew the same. I knew the same. I knew my children they were not going with the killer. I know my husband at the time didn't marry the killer. So I don't think I've ever, and I told my older daughters, I was not in the best mood, y'all. Y'all know that. But I told them, I said, she ain't gonna let nothing happen to y'all. She'll jump in front of whatever for you. She'll fight off whoever for you. It's not that, I don't think that was ever my concern, ever. Now, I've had it with other people, but not with Coach Nyla.
People want to put that as a concern because they'll put the things like, the subsequent wife or the incoming wife or the second wife wants to take the father away from the kids, or they want to, or they want to destroy the family and type of things like that. And they're like, did you think about the kids? Did the kids matter? Yes, the kids matter. We do think about that. if you are looking at polygyny as what polygyny actually is, it's like where it's building legacies, is, you know, building a family. It's not separating that this, you know, this is one family, this other family. We're one big family. And when you keep that in mind, you know, you want what's best for your family. And that's all children included.
Yeah, I think people need to understand when women are looking to marry again, if you know, if it's after divorce, if it's in polygyny, they need to understand that part of us being attractive was the children that we had, was the family dynamic
we had.
Yeah,
it's definitely a beautiful thing. And you don't,
wasn't just us,
and you don't take that away. You know, you don't take that away from the kids. Like, you know, I would never come in and think that, oh yeah, well, you know, I'm your mommy now, and she wouldn't do that either. It's like, you know, they have, my son, my oldest son, I should say, he said, you know, that's like, I think he said that's all, even though he was a little older when polygyny entered into our lives. He states, he's like, I had, you know, this is my umi, you know, whatever, or mother, for those who, you know, don't understand the terminology. And so he's like, polygyny is like normal to him. And he said, it's just more, it's more of support. Is, you know, certain things that he may not be able to talk to me about, or if I'm not around or anything, like, he knows he can come to talk to, you know, and he can come and confide in my co-wife. And I've always wanted to be that for, you know, Coach Fatimah and Coach Nazir's children as well, my bonus babies as well. You know, so, you know, that's an interesting thing to say, like, you know, is a person worthy of it? You want to be objective, you know, you don't want to just have it, you know, be in your feelings sometimes. And say,
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't feel that she's worthy of it because I just don't like her. You know?
She just is alive.
Because she exists.
Yeah, she's alive.
But when it comes down to it, it's more of a, you know, how is she really as a person? I think that also helps us to check our own egos, or our own hurt, or our own feelings that we have even about polygyny when we about the other wife, because we're like, you know what, then we start really looking at who is she as a person, who is she as a mother. If she's a caring parent, then she should be a caring person, right?
They got to understand that if we take the threat away out of in our minds and our hearts, we got to take away the threat, you know, because we'll put it in our head, this is a threat. If she hugs my child, it's a threat. If she's not, it's a threat. If she makes them food and they like it, that's a threat. And I'm like, it's not a threat. It's actually something that's good for the child. Because we'll say it's not good for me, I don't like it. But then you stop thinking about what's good for the child. What does the child want? And it's like, if the child wants a connection or a bond, my thing is, go ahead.
I just think
because that's just more love.
Right, that's what I was saying. Right?
That's more love for my baby.
More love is more addition, is more. Yeah. And like, you know, I think that's a beautiful thing. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, we support children having the right to connect with co-wives and bonus babies. I said this in a video, and I mean it. It wouldn't be my job to stand in the way of my child feeling whole.
Yeah.
So it's getting rid of your ego in order for your child to be a well-rounded, mentally healthy human being. Because if they connected with a school teacher, you know, and they got a hug and some fulfillment from a school teacher, we would have no problem.
Right.
A nurse, if they're hospitalized, we would have no problem with that.
Exactly.
You know, maybe our step parent or bonus parent, we had no problem with that. But because it is our co-wife, then we go, everybody but her.
Right.
It's like, wait a minute.
Then we have to ask
something's backwards about you. Gotta ask yourself, is that more about the husband and the co-wife, or is it the child and the
co-wife? True.
Because you have to remove him sometimes in your relationship with him in order to let this relationship with your co-wife and the child be healthy. Because if my baby's saying, look, I want to go to see Sister Nyla. Okay, give me a kiss. Let me see if she home so you go
I'm
do
like,
that.
Go, baby.
Go.
Go.
Because he's safe.
I want to go with my sister. You know what? They say, Umi Fatimah. Umi Fatimah. Go ahead.
And to me, I'm
Alhamdulillah.
boring, so I don't get it. But, you know.
So, like you said, we don't have a problem with them going over,
No,
each other's
never.
homes or anything like that.
Yeah.
However, of course, that's our dynamic. Of course, we're in personal development. We've done
Yes.
we've done our work, but not even just during polygyny, but before we knew what type of parents we wanted to be.
Yeah.
That's not always the case in everybody's dynamic. So we know that. We know that, there are some that, and we've said this in a number of videos, people are going to be people. So we're not going to pretend like they're not bad people out there or that there are jacked up family dynamics out there. So we do want to talk about warning signs and things to watch out for, because we're not saying just go, hey, well, my husband married to this, whatever, go ahead and go over there.
Yeah.
So a couple things. One of the things is listen to your kids too,
because they'll let you know.
Yeah, they'll let you know. And sometimes people will say, well, they may not like, maybe they just, they just saying something just to be saying something. Don't always use that. Don't think that, oh, well, they just probably not being, they're not happy with the dynamic, or someone that wasn't their parent told them to do something and they're just mad. Still investigate.
Yeah, investigate. Always.
Because you don't want to be the person that dismisses what your child is saying and your child is really telling you, that something is really going on, and that's not okay.
Right.
So you want to make sure that you are investigating still.
Because they're going to tell you.
You do your due diligence as well, but do your due diligence in a healthy mindset, because there are times we can be biased. We can be biased, and we can be like, well, I just don't like them, or I don't like that, they married, my husband, or I don't like the fact that he has another, he has a first wife who he has this whole history with and everything like that. Because don't get me wrong, there are subsequent wives that be all up in their chest too, even though they're, the incoming wife or the subsequent wife. So, and it can sometimes take that frustration and that bad energy out on the kids. So definitely be mindful of that.
Not paranoid.
Exactly. Be paranoid and be mindful, because it can happen. We're not going to pretend, because we're speaking from a place of privilege. I have a wonderful co-wife here, so I don't have that issue. So I don't have an issue with that. But I'm not going to pretend like, it don't exist.
Well, I'm glad that you brought up the, find out what's going on with your kid, because some children, and this has happened before, we've not witnessed it, but we've heard these horror stories where the child is used as a pawn in these poly games that we addressed in a video on our YouTube channel. So you want to definitely check that one out. They get used in the game of, well, I'm gonna let my the bonus mom, I'm going to have her kids clean up the house while mine watch TV, or I'm going to feed my child and not her child. Kids are kids. So even if I have not liked someone's parents, I have not liked them, but I always spoke to their child. I always say, how are you? And these could be people that are battling in a horrific divorce. We had it happen in our community. Years and years ago, was one of the nastiest divorces I witnessed in our community. But there was 4 minor children, not smalls, but middle school age children that were just being used in this evil game. And some children are just used as a pawn. So you got a set of parents with these healthy intentions, and then you got a set of parents that are going, well, these are my kids. They take such ownership, like the other parent doesn't matter. So oftentimes, when we think about co-wives and polygyny, I like to think about these kids belong to the husband. Like, people don't understand, especially between the two of us. I said, he's got 10 and 2 bonus babies, right? So he's there for all of them, and no one is treated lesser than or better or whatever the case may be. So using the children as a pawn, or as a pawn to hurt your co-wife or hurt your husband, we've heard stories about that, but that's one thing we do not do.
Exactly.
We don't do that. we would feed kids that weren't in our family.
Right.
We would take care of children and have taken care of and
Yeah.
have mothered children that were not in our family.
And that's how you could definitely see when a person is worthy of, quote unquote, worthy, you know, of helping raise your kids, or, you know, your kids being around them and things like that. Because it's only so much you can fake. You know, it's only so much you can
Don't
fake.
expose you.
And you said, right, time on promote or expose you. And you're going to definitely be exposed if if need be, you know. So, you know, so that's the type of thing. We, you know, that question did come up. So we thought that it was, you know, fitting to answer. And I'm glad that, you know, my co-wife decided to, you know, excuse me, that we decided to do this video together. Because, you know, we both see it from those angles that, you know, we discussed in the video. So I hope you guys got some great information from it. So yeah, and if you like this video, please like, you know, comment, subscribe.
Share it,
because sharing is caring. You know, the algorithms favor that. You know, we want to spread this and get this information out to many people. And by you guys just doing that simple thing, it definitely helps a lot. So yeah, until next time, I guess we're going to leave you with a little GLC.
Yes.
Make sure you are growing intentionally.
Loving fearlessly.
And connecting on a higher level every single day. Assalamu alaikum.
Peace.